Dear children and valued parents, the tale we are about to begin has been reinterpreted by Fairy Tales TV in a way that preserves the essence of the classic version while removing any dark and disturbing elements.
Sleeping Beauty. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, the king and queen received the long-awaited news. They were soon to have a daughter. This joyful news spread throughout the kingdom, and everyone eagerly anticipated the blessed event. At last, a beautiful princess was born, and a grand celebration commenced in the kingdom. The king and queen organized a lavish feast in honor of the princess, and guests from all corners of the kingdom flocked to the palace to see her. However, in sending out the invitations, the king and queen forgot to invite an old fairy who lived deep in the forest. On the day of the celebration, the palace's great hall was filled with colorful lights and beautiful music. Around the princess's cradle, good fairies gathered to offer her wishes of lifelong happiness and health. Just then, the forgotten old fairy suddenly appeared, expressing her sorrow for not being invited. The king and queen immediately apologized and invited her to join the celebration. Delighted by this gesture, the old fairy wanted to give the princess a special gift. The old fairy bestowed upon the princess deep wisdom and the ability to befriend everyone. Thus, as the princess grew, she became known not only for her beauty but also for her intelligence and kindness. Years passed, and the princess grew into a young woman loved by all for her wisdom and friendliness. One day, she discovered a room in an old tower of the palace that she had never seen before. Inside, an old woman was working with a spindle. Curious, the princess approached and asked what she was doing. The woman began to show how the spinning wheel worked. At that moment, the princess accidentally pricked her finger on the spindle and fell to the ground. The palace folks rushed to help and carried the princess to her bed. However, she had fallen into a deep sleep, from which everyone tried to awaken her. One day, a kind-hearted prince arrived in the kingdom and heard the story of the princess. He went to the palace to see her and was enchanted by her innocence and beauty. He took her hand and gently kissed her. This kiss, combined with the magic of love and friendship given by the good fairies, caused the princess to open her eyes and awaken from her deep sleep. With the princess's awakening, great joy spread throughout the kingdom. The king and queen expressed their gratitude to the princess and the prince, and a grand feast was organized in the kingdom. The princess and the prince formed a deep bond of love and led a life shared in happiness by everyone. Thus, the power of goodness and love overcame all obstacles. The princess and prince were remembered throughout the kingdom for their love and friendship, and their story continued to inspire everyone for years to come.